Hi, I'm Brian. Today I'm starting work on a portable hand tool workbench. I recently finished up some more urgent projects, so I finally have some time to build a hand tool workbench. Prior to this, I've done my work just using sawhorses, which works okay, but isn't very efficient. The first step is rough cutting the stock, which the circular saw does very well. I could cross-cut these pieces with a handsaw pretty quickly, but it's still much faster to use the circ saw. The weather is nice, so I can do it outdoors, which avoids creating a ton of dust in my garage. I want the bench to be portable, since I do most of my woodworking outside when it's nice out. Using this guide makes ripping the stock pretty easy. I couldn't imagine doing all this ripping by hand. I have a lot of respect for woodworkers who only use hand tools, but I just don't have the time for that. I chose to make it out of Douglas fir, which is relatively light, strong, and cheap. The basic design is a long box, which I'll set on the sawhorses. Here I'm measuring for the end pieces, which will extend down the sides of the sawhorses. The bench will attach to the sawhorses with some bolts. Now that I've got my stock all cut up, I can start planing the surfaces that will be glued together. This isn't absolutely necessary, but I want all the joints to be very solid. I'm planning on using this bench for a few years, so it's worth taking some extra time. I check for square until I get it pretty close. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the more square and straight the mating surfaces are, the easier the glue up will be and the joint will be stronger too. I made a temporary bench for planing the aprons and push it up against the wall. This makes planing much easier. It's times like this that a decent bench will be really nice. I won't have to improvise and throw something together with a bunch of clamps anymore. Planing is one of my favorite activities in woodworking. It's so satisfying to take a rough, uneven surface and make it glassy smooth and dead straight. Here I'm setting up to glue the aprons to the end pieces. I'll be attaching them together with 1/2-inch dowels. The mating surfaces are almost entirely gap-free, and any small gaps will be closed by the clamps that glue up. Drilling 1/2-inch holes with a hand drill can be tricky. If the bit grabs, it can rip the drill right out of your hand, which I've experienced. It's not good for your wrist. I use high speed and drill a little bit at a time, pulling the drill out to clear chips. The blue tape marks the depth I want the holes to be. In my next video, I'll continue making progress on the workbench. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Take care.